Hello and what's up, everybody? This is Around the Boards. We got episode 15 coming to you. This week's episode is specifically just about the Edmonton Oilers. We're talking about how their season has begun, how it's been going, how I think it's going to end. So stay tuned to find out what the boys predict here, and also get into a bunch of a little nonsense with Oreos, Pop-Tarts, and, that's pretty much it, really. So guess if you want to listen, just stay tuned and let's cue the intro music.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Around the board.
What's up, everybody? It's Around the Boards. I'm not Dez. This is Dez. Say hi, Dez.
Hello.
I said Dez's name 6 times already, so let's say Dunk. Okay, Dunk? Here's Dunk. Say hi, Dunk.
Hey.
Perfect. I'm Rob, if you haven't noticed. So this week we're going to try to do something a little different. We're going to talk about the Edmonton Oilers and their up and down season and how they have not met expectations that we all predicted. So...
Okay.
So, who wants to start off?
Folks, first of all, I think
It's good.
We'll let you take your helmet off.
First of all, I think one of the biggest things is I really think they're overworking Cam Talbot, their goaltender there. He seems to be playing every game, night in, night out. Like, not exactly sure how many games he's played, but I know he's played most of them for the Edmonton Oilers. And
It's like he's the starting goalie or something.
Right, but you got to break it up somewhat. And I think that's why he got hurt and he had that injury recently, and he was out for a little while for him, is because he was getting overworked. And that can do quite some damage on your team, obviously, there if you lose your starting goaltender. And I think that has something to do with the way he's been playing, because he's been tired, fatigued, all that. And Edmonton, they're, giving up a whole bunch of goals there and not looking so hot in the standings. What do you guys think about that situation?
You want me to go, Des? Or Dunk?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Cam Talbot, they traded for him. Or did they trade for him? Or did they sign him?
Yeah, they signed him.
Okay, as a free agent? Yeah, well, they signed him to be their longtime starting goaltender. So, you kind of want him to play most of the games, but you still have to give him a break, like especially back-to-backs. Don't let him play back-to-backs, and maybe give him a spot night off every once in a while whenever he's tired. Mm-hmm. So, I don't blame the whole season on the goalie for sure, but
no. Also, Adam Larson's been on IR too for like 8 or 10 games, and he's coming back too, so that should help. Their all-star, traded for defenseman Adam Larson
for Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall, yeah. So he should probably help. He's their number one, so
he has to help.
Yeah. So he's been out for a couple weeks now, so he's coming back, I think, in the game against the Sharks, whenever that is. I believe it's today, which is Monday.
There's no today.
Didn't they end up bringing who ended up filling in his spot? Do you know?
Larson?
Yeah.
It was some rookie.
Was it that kid,
No, some Russian guy, some Russian kid. I don't know.
Shibashov.
Hershey or something.
Hershey.
Here. Oh, no, they brought up. Let's see, I'm looking up. I don't know. It doesn't say here.
Who's the kid that has a lot of P's in his name?
Puljujärvi.
Puljujärvi, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
he's got one P in his name.
Yeah, Puljujärvi.
He's got a lot.
Something.
He's got one P. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he does.
What? One big, strong P.
But yeah, so they had Puljujärvi, whatever, Puljujärvi.
We suck.
I don't know. Do you think that they're just not as good as a whole team as we expected them to be? Because their whole team is not just McDavid?
Yeah, probably. I was looking at stats, and they don't play good against the East or the West, so I don't think it's like a competition thing. Like they're
You know,
they're 500 against the West, and they're 7-11-2 against the East. So they're not playing good against everyone or anyone or everyone, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know.
I mean, do you just think that they're not built like fundamentally as like a strong team? Like their top 3 lines aren't as good as they could be.
Well, I mean, they've had first round draft picks for what the past.
Yeah, but
first round draft picks don't make good players, though.
They traded away Yakupov and Taylor Hall and everybody and Eberle and.
So, do you think that's one of their problems? Obviously, McDavid was one of the biggest things to come out of, the prospect, camp when he first started and everything like that.
Was he really?
But
Yes,
those other guys, with like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Letestu and all these other guys who were supposed to be filling in, I don't
Eberle
think
and Hall and Pyarvi and
but I mean
Yakupov
Yakupov
anymore. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think that they traded away too many of their young top center or top forwards, the ones that they drafted? Do you think they traded away too many of them? Because before the problem was that they had too many of the same type players when they were losing. Before they got
young skilled players, yeah,
they had too many like Yakupovs and Nugent Hopkins. They're all the same type of player. But now they traded almost all of them away.
But I think the Oilers were scoring a lot more then too, with all those players on their team. And then back, a few years ago, before they got Talbot, who was their goalie before Talbot? Nobody remembers exactly because it was terrible. So that was their main issue before was their goaltending, and then they traded all these, all their core away, and now they got Cam Talbot, who's supposed to be a better goalie for them, and it's almost like they gave one thing away when trying to bring something better in, and then they're still in the boat.
Now they just became like your average regular team.
They had Ben Scrivens was before Cam Talbot.
Hell yeah.
And then
for like half a season.
Yeah, and then Devin Dubnyk was before that.
Dubnyk's pretty good.
And then Hobby Bulin was before that.
I'm pretty sure there was like 8 others before Hobby Bulin, so
throwback. See, I just pulled it up. So Talbot has played 23 games so far this year, and then he ended up getting hurt.
Not a lot.
But he ended up getting hurt, and he ended up missing like 10 of probably 8 of those games, I would say. And now they're up to 33 games, I think, played for currently. So, they probably would have him still, I think, if he didn't get hurt. But you can't have your goalie play all 80 games or whatever. You got to give him a break.
Yeah, but I just don't think that they're fundamentally strong through their forwards or their deep, because they used to be a fast team. Last year they were a fast team.
Oh yeah,
right. And that was like their biggest strength. They're just outskate everybody and outscore everybody, and they didn't really rely on their goalie too much.
I think the rest of the West has figured that out, though. You can't.
Yeah, but then they also trade away like half their fast players.
Yeah.
Like now they have Mike Camilleri on their team now, who's not as fast as he used to be.
Taylor Hall, one of the fastest players in the league, and they got rid of him.
Yeah, and even what's his name on defense, Sekera or Sekera, however he wants you to pronounce his name now.
Yeah,
like he's fast as a defenseman too, and he's not on the team anymore. So like just overall, their speed went down. Now they got Lucic and Maroon, who are 2 of the slowest guys. So. It's like, so they went away from their strengths to try to build up on their weaknesses, but in the process, their strength is no longer strength anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're not going to outskate anybody. Like McDavid's going to outskate everybody, but he's going to do it by himself. So, you can't just rely on your superstar to take over every game.
Yeah, the only highlights you see anymore from the Oilers are when McDavid just goes coast to coast and scores, and then they lose the rest of the game, like nothing else.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, the Oilers lost 10-1, but here's a McDavid highlight. Like that's literally the only thing that you see.
Yeah, but I mean, even like when they lose big, and sometimes when they win big too. So it's like I don't know if they're just like having off nights or like if they just figured out for one night and they click all of a sudden, or like because it's just weird that you could like lose 8-2 and like a week later win like 7-1 or something like that. Like that's fucking weird. So
yeah, I don't know. They're figuring it out, I guess. But
I mean, that just might be a result of them trying to play like that like fast paced, like up and down game still, but they don't really have the guys to play that game style every night. So you're seeing it.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
give
in the
up
in
8,
the
6,
in the
7
past 2 weeks, they played the Canadians and they won 6-2. They played the Blue Jackets, they won 7-2. Then they play the Predators, lost 4-0. They played the Maple Leafs, lost 1-0. Like they're all over the place. There's no
Yeah.
consistency anymore.
So it's like, do they even have a true identity anymore? Like, because like we said, they used to be a fast team that pushed the pace, but like, what do they even try to do now?
True.
I don't know. Could you imagine if they would have just like kept Hall and Nugent Hopkins and Everly, and then they had McDavid, and they said all these young, fast players? Like, I don't know if they would have been in a position to get McDavid if they would have kept everything going the way they were. But
Yeah, well, I mean,
I mean,
I think what they're trying to do now is like build around McDavid and like have him be like their lone like superstar player besides like Nugent Hopkins and stuff like that, and they got Draisaitl and people like that are good like number 1 and 1A and stuff like that. But they're not trying to go like all scoring and stuff. So they're trying to build up their young defense and their goalies and things like that.
I don't think bringing in Lucic and Maroon are building up your.
Well, they brought in. They didn't know Maroon was gonna play
Yeah.
so well with McDavid when they signed him. That's why they signed Lucic, because he was supposed to be Maroon's spot. But Maroon and McDavid just clicked so well that last year that kind of the Lucic signing was kind of a big mistake on their part now in hindsight, because they got the same player that they wanted in Maroon for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why you would sign Lucic in the first place.
he's great on the Kings.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because the Kings had superstars through their entire lineup for 5 years.
Well, no, he played the Kings style that they wanted to play.
Yeah.
And that's what the Oilers wanted to do too, is try to get somebody like that to play like that. And they changed away from their fast paced, and now I just think they're lost in what they're trying to do themselves. So
Yeah, they don't have an identity. I think that's the problem.
you think that comes from the coaching, or you think that comes from the GM putting the players together like that?
Both, I think.
Who would you if you're the coach, would you try to switch things up, or
I mean, it's the coach's job to coach the players. You know?
yeah, play systems like
Like
how you want them to play?
the chef takes the ingredients and makes the meal. You know,
But who buys the ingredients?
the restaurant owner.
Or the GM?
Yeah,
So if you're the GM, do you fire the coach,
I mean, I don't know.
or do you fire the GM if you're the
Hashtag fire Oilers coach.
hashtag fire GM?
What's his name? It's the McClellan. Is that him? The guy who used to coach the Sharks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, last year they did great, and they just like took their expectations through the roof. So that's why like this season's like so disappointing for them and everybody, because they're supposed to be like finding their groove now. They're supposed to be a top contender in the West, and we all three of us predicted that they're going to win the Pacific easily.
Yeah.
That's definitely not going to happen this year.
No, they might not even make the playoffs.
They're 5. They have to pass 5 teams to make the wild card spot or something.
I think they're like the third worst team in the NHL right now. So
Yeah, their record currently is 14-7-2. So they're 14-7-2, and I mean they're 14-7-2.
How are they? No way.
what? No.
The Oilers.
No way.
So you're saying Cam Talbot played 23 games?
They're 14-17-2.
Is that what I said? 14-17-2.
No, you said 7.
7-2.
That's why we're like, what?
Sorry.
Pronounce. Enunciate.
17-2. It's been a long day.
Okay.
But I think one of the biggest things that has to do with them as well is their special teams unit.
Yeah, for sure.
They I believe they were top 10 last year when the season ended. They ended up in the top 10 for power play percentage. This year they're in the bottom 10. So that just says a big difference there as well. And special teams can win you games.
And their penalty kill dropped off a lot too.
Yep. And does that have something with trading away certain players? Probably.
Yeah, well, you're playing in other players that aren't used to playing the certain style that the other guys played. Now they're trying to fill in those gaps and without changing anything.
Right.
and then you do try to change it, and then the guys that are used to playing their old style, like last year, have to like adapt into that. So
Yeah,
everyone's thrown off.
that is.
Got a lot of questions coming out of Edmonton there.
You have any answers for him?
Just give McDavid the puck, I guess.
What about on defense?
Just give McDavid the puck.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
Never a
some
bad
trade,
option.
maybe some trade deadline moves are going, coming up or something.
What do you think of if the Oilers just went all in and they went for broke and they trade for Erik Karlsson?
I doubt Carlson's leaving Ottawa anytime soon.
I don't
He's the king of Ottawa right now.
Yeah, but Ottawa's disappointing too. And they're going to trade. I think they're going to trade Karlsson eventually because they're going to turn to a total rebuild.
I don't know if they're going to rebuild or not.
I don't see there any way they would have to give up so many assets.
They would have to give up McDavid to get Carlson.
No.
Well, maybe not exactly, but I mean they would have to give up so many assets just to be able to afford Karlsson.
Yeah, they probably. I would imagine Draisaitl would be in the deal probably.
I would say Draisaitl and Lucic just to get rid of Lucic's contract to balance out Karlsson's because I mean the Oilers still have like $7 or $8 million like cap space like for the season. So
yeah, but Ottawa's going to want a defenseman though too.
Yeah, but I mean, then you give him like your high prospect defense or like a first round draft pick or something like that. It's going to take a lot to get Karlsson. But if you're the Oilers, would you even like consider like putting together an offer for them?
I don't know if I'd go after Karlsson though. I don't think an offensive defenseman is what they need. Not that he's not a great defensive defenseman too, but I think they need somebody like Shea Weber or something. Not that Shea Weber's available, but somebody like that
Right.
that's a stay-at-home solid defenseman that can still kind of trade with Nashville or something. Go after one of their 27 defensemen.
But why, if you're Nashville, you wouldn't even entertain that idea because you're coasting.
I mean, if you could plug another forward into that lineup,
into what, Nashville?
yeah. If you could get rid of somebody like Ryan Ellis or something for Draisaitl or something like.
Yeah, I don't know about that though. I don't know. I think for sure that Karlsson is going to be on the move. If not next year or in the off-season draft time, something like that, Karlsson's not going to be a Senator for the rest of his career.
Oh.
So
if they turn it around, possibly
this year,
yeah.
No, I don't think they're turning around. I don't think Duchesne's going to stay there very much longer either.
I could see maybe like Ekman Larson from Arizona being on the move or something too, because like
for Edmonton.
Yeah, maybe. And then the same conference and stuff too,
Well, it's the same division. I mean,
same division
same
too.
Conference, so I don't know.
I mean, I think Ekman Larson probably has more upside than Karlsson because he's younger.
Yeah, but Karlsson's already won a Norris.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're Edmonton, if you're saying this year we got to like turn around quick, we got to make the playoffs, we got to like keep this thing going in the right direction. We can't have a lottery pick in the draft. They got to make a big move. Do you go for Karlsson? Like,
I don't think I wouldn't
give up. Like, if I'm Edmonton, I would definitely make Ottawa take Lucic just to get rid of his contract.
I wouldn't though, because like they're not in a bad place. They're just not anywhere. They're like right in the middle. They're not a bad team. They're just not a great team. Out Edmonton.
Edmonton's not a bad team.
No, I mean they're figuring it out. They're not.
They've been figuring out all season.
Yeah,
they got off to a bad start, and then we all agreed, oh, they're gonna right the ship. They're gonna turn around. They haven't turned around yet.
No, they just need to string together some wins because I mean, if they don't string together some wins, they're totally screwed this season. But then I don't think that should make them want to go out and get Karlsson though. Once because I think Edmonton's probably around 40% way through this season, and they have something where they've only this upcoming.
What are you trying to say?
This upcoming year. For like the rest of the schedule or something like that, they're playing like 21 games out of like 25 games against their division rivals. And so if they don't start getting it together now for those games when they're playing their division rivals.
Yeah, yes. I think something like their next 20 or 25 of their next like 30-something games are all in the Western Conference, I think, or something.
Right.
So, like, now's their time to turn it around. If they can win, 5, 6, 7 games in a row, like before today, like today, Philadelphia won 5 or 6 games in a row, and they're kind of turning it around. Like, I imagine Edmonton could probably do the same thing.
Right.
I mean, I know Philly lost to the Kings, but
going back to talking about defense and Edmonton, it's they really don't have a lot of well-known
Chris
defensive
Russell.
players.
I mean, they've never really though.
Yeah.
Like they had Chris Pronger, but like,
Right.
and then
I mean, Chris Russell, like he said, is probably the most well-known one. I mean, they also have Adam Larson, but he's getting old, right?
no,
Adam
Adam Larson's only been
No,
in the
they
league for
trade
like
for him.
5 years.
Yeah, they traded for him for Taylor Hall in the offseason. That was the big move they made.
Yeah, he's only been in the league for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's why they traded for him. That's why they gave Taylor Hall for him, because they think he's going to be like their cornerstone defenseman. But
Before that, I mean, the last good defenseman I can think of that played for Edmonton was like Sheldon Surrey or something. Like, I don't know.
Robin Regehr.
That I can remember by name.
Or no, he's
Sheldon
Calgary.
Surrey, Robin Regehr. Like, no, Regehr was Calgary. I don't know. Chris Pronger played for Edmonton too, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's why for Edmonton you make that trade for what's Adam Larson, so you could try to get that franchise. But that's what I'm saying. Do the same thing, but do it for Erik Karlsson. Even if you got to trade Larson, Karlsson could play the rest of his years in Edmonton.
They're gonna have to give up a lot for that.
Yeah, but if you're Edmonton, let's say if you're Edmonton and you're saying you're not going to give up Draisaitl, you're not going to give up McDavid, and you're not going to give up Darnell Nurse, the defenseman.
Plenty of high draft picks.
Yeah. Well, you say take whoever else you want, and we'll work this out with you, Ottawa. If you're Edmonton, you got McDavid, you got Karlsson. Like, you're pretty set for the next coming years.
Yeah.
You could plug in players to play with any of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, look at like Pittsburgh for the longest time. It was Crosby and Letang for the longest time, and then they started bringing in good players, and now look at them,
Kopitar Doughty.
Yeah.
Jeff Carter Doughty.
I just don't see
Justin
him.
Brown Doughty. Datsuk Lidstrom. Like, you get
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to go to Edmonton though, except if you want to go play with Connor McDavid. But I don't.
well, it's not like he gets to choose if he gets traded.
I think he has a no trade clause, doesn't he?
I'm not sure. But
Game changer.
I mean, because if you're Ottawa, you say, okay, well, we'll take some of your prospects. We'll take a couple high round picks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a lot for Karlsson before he. So I don't know. Just a thought.
I don't know.
Just you don't know.
I mean, going back, I don't see them making the playoffs this year.
There's a lot of articles about Karlsson being on the trading block. So
Oh yeah, well yeah, he's definitely the big one, for sure.
Yeah, so say if you're Edmonton, why not?
I think this is
just
his
go
last
for it?
year, right, of his contract.
I think he's got another year left.
I don't know.
did you guys watch any of that NHL Outdoor Classic thing? The Senators and
The NHL one's like 100 centennial thing.
yeah,
No.
it was pretty cool.
Can't say I did, but I wish I did. But I watched the Road to the Winter Classic.
Oh God, here we go.
Good segue. I see that Erik Karlsson there. What do you want to talk about the Winter Classic, Des?
That is coming up soon. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
January 1st.
Good thing you brought it up.
Yeah, no, just I mean, what do you want to talk about it?
You're the one that brought it up, not me.
No, I was just he was mentioning shows, and I was mentioning that show, the Road to the Winter Classic. I wasn't looking to talk about it. I just mentioned that I watched the show,
That's nice.
and you guys.
Congratulations. Good job.
You also want to know what else I watched?
Porn.
Stranger Things.
I watched the Rangers beat the Kings.
Oh, that's all
Unlike
right.
2014.
Yeah. I think the Rangers beat the Kings like 2 or 3 times in 2014 too. But anyways, so if you don't think Karlsson is going to get traded to Edmonton, who else do you think is going to step up to the plate and make a big offer for him? Because you know there's going to be plenty of calls.
Toronto.
You think Toronto wants Karlsson?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure every team wants Karlsson, but
Trying to think of teams that have enough juice.
juice. Well, did anybody think that the Senators were going to trade for Matt Duchene? Were they going to be the guys that?
Yeah, I don't even.
I was kind of surprised.
Who else could trade for Carlson? Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what are they going to give him?
Yeah, I don't know. Shipshov.
I don't think his contract counts.
I'm frothing at the mouth just thinking about Winnipeg getting Erik Karlsson though.
That's going to be your new team.
Yeah. Think about it though. If they had Karlsson, they'd have Trouba, Myers, Bufflin, and Erik Karlsson on defense. Like
they'd have to give up one of them for Ottawa. Probably Trouba too. They're fucking youngest best defenseman.
You know who's friends with Karlsson?
They have Tobias Enstrom too. Like, ugh.
You know who's friends with Karlsson?
Henrik Lundqvist,
his Swedish teammate.
Oh my God.
It's possible they would have to give up McDonough, Shea,
they won't McDonough,
Hayes,
just sure.
Why not?
For sure. They'd give a Brady Shea.
Karlsson is a way better defenseman than Ryan McDonough is.
What if Tampa Bay just went all in and got Karlsson and just decided to shit on everyone?
I would quit watching that.
I would just stop watching hockey.
Destroy everybody.
They said, "Just fuck you guys. The cup's ours." I said, "Okay, yeah. Well, I'll play for next season." Whatever.
Could you imagine Stamkos, Nemestikov, Kucherov, Hedman, Karlsson, Palat? Jesus Christ!
You just announced the Eastern Conference All Stars.
Yeah.
No, but. So Des, you're the GM of the Rangers. Make me a pitch for Karlsson that you would legitimately make.
I'd give you a first rounder.
Given how many? Just one?
I'd probably give you a first for next, and maybe like a second for like the year after.
Okay.
Ryan McDonough.
Really?
Probably.
You're giving up a lot for.
Probably Kevin Hayes. And
you're giving up your entire team for Erik Karlsson. McDonough is top.
You know it would be a trade like that, though.
McDonough is like top 5 defenseman in the league.
I'm asking you personally, if you're a Rangers fan and your GM makes that trade, gives up Ryan McDonough, gives up multiple first round or high round draft picks, and some forwards.
The Rangers have done that before when it's come to players. So I'm used to them getting around. Like this past draft was the first time the Rangers had a first round draft pick in like 12 years. You know what I mean? So it would be nothing new to us.
And they've been known to trade their captain once or twice. So
exactly, swapping captains for captains happens for some reason with the Rangers.
You see I want to see the Red Wings just go for Karlsson and have another great Swedish defenseman come on their team
for a year before Karlsson's like, fuck you guys.
I mean, like you could throw. I mean, they're trying to get rid of Mike Green. You could throw Mike Green in there somewhere. And then maybe a Nyquist and maybe a first-round draft pick or something.
No, I don't want some younger guys. Like Nyquist, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Anthony Ciu, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Or Xavier, what's his name?
Ouellet.
Yeah.
I don't know if their goalie situation is any good, but the Red Wings are trying to get rid of Peter Mrazek now. So.
Who, Ottawa's?
Yeah. I mean, they have Craig Anderson.
Yeah, but I mean, well, Detroit's been trying to get rid of Peter Mrazek for since he got
years. Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised that the Golden Knights didn't take him, because then they expose him. Or no?
I thought they did.
I'm pretty sure the Red Wings exposed Mrazek and kept Howard.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and
just to give a big fuck you to Mrazek. It's like, hey, shape up, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, he was being an asshole. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's changed it. He's changed his tune now, but now he's not playing good. Like, but God, could you imagine having Lidstrom and then going to Karlsson? Like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm hard.
Would you? You buy a Karlsson jersey?
Yeah, I would buy a Karlsson jersey tomorrow if that happened.
You can just make a customized one.
As if the Red Wings need any more great Swedish players coming to their team.
Well, why would Detroit make that trade this year though? Like, how are they looking in the standings?
Yeah, they're not good. So,
are they worse than Ottawa?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention to Ottawa's standings recently.
Are they worse than Edmonton?
I don't think anyone's worse than Edmonton.
I think Arizona is because they're a shitty goddamn hockey team, Des.
Get it. I get it. I get it.
The Wings are fifth in their division, so
they got a chance.
but we're only one spot out of fourth, so
then you just gotta jump one team. Wait,
we're
spot or 1 point.
1 point. We're 2 points ahead of Ottawa in our division. Our division's actually really like tightly contested. There's the Panthers, the Senators, Red Wings, and the Canadians are like all like within 2 points of each other.
Yeah, but there's only gonna be the top 3 teams make it. There's not gonna be a wild card team from there.
Yeah, and then there's a 5-point gap in between us and the third spot. So, and then there's Tampa Bay.
Yeah, like all right, Tampa Bay's winning the division, so that's cool.
Wow. So I already gave my prediction on it. So do you guys think, hands down, do you guys think Edmonton's going to make the playoffs this year? Yes or no?
I think they're going to turn around.
I think I don't know. I want to say no, but then I want to say yes, just because I don't know if the Golden Knights are going to make the playoffs this year.
I don't know if the West is strong enough for Edmonton not to make.
I'm just talking about.
I think the Golden Knights are going to make the playoffs this year.
You think the Golden? I don't think they're not going to win the division though. Golden Knights.
Maybe not the division, but that's for another episode. And we'll talk about the Knights.
Like, bring Axel back to talk about the Knights. Does Axel still listen? Are you there, Axel? It's me.
It's me.
Actually, the West is. Oh God, yeah. Edmonton might not make it. Now I look at the standings.
Well, all you gotta do is be top 3 in your division. That's what I'm saying. The Kings will make the playoffs. Everyone agree on that?
Yeah, Kings, Vegas, like even the closest team to Edmonton is still 4 points ahead of them.
Right. I mean, out of the top 3, Edmonton's 8 points behind San Jose right now.
Yeah.
But Dunk, do you think Vegas is gonna make the playoffs?
I don't know what their schedule looks like for the rest of the upcoming weeks or whatever, but
for the rest of the year, they're gonna play almost everybody.
Well, no, I think in the Pacific, I think the 3 teams that are there are probably the 3 teams that are gonna make it. LA, Vegas, and San Jose probably.
As long as the Knights goaltenders stay healthy, I think they have a chance.
Even when they weren't healthy, they were fucking winning.
That is true too. But if Fleury stays healthy, I think they can dominate.
But also sometimes Anaheim turns it on towards the end of the season though too. So
Anaheim usually makes a trade too to get like a top player too.
Anything can happen with Anaheim too. So
what if Anaheim trades for Carlson?
Have Cam? Well, they'll probably have to give up Cam Fowler though.
Getzlaff.
Well, I think they're trying to get rid of Cam Fowler anyways.
They're not going to give up Getzlaff or Perry. Those guys are on the back.
No,
line.
I'm not saying. I'm talking about Getzlaff and Carlson playing together. Man,
Getzlaff sucks.
Yeah, Kings fan. So
Getzlaff sucks. Perry sucks.
So real quick, this upcoming week is obviously Christmas. So we want to wish all of our fans
and other holidays.
Yeah,
and other holidays. Happy Hanukkah, you Jewish people, if you listen.
Jewish people.
Oh my or you Jehovah's Witnesses.
Or whatever you celebrate. We wish
you should just say the holidays are coming up. You fucking.
We wish you guys a happy day.
Happy whatever day it is.
Or days if you're Jewish.
Wow. That started off as like such a nice thing and then just ended so badly for you guys.
I just say Merry Christmas, enjoy your holiday. Happy holidays to you guys. So I actually usually say Happy holidays and not Merry Christmas to my customers whenever I'm delivering, unless they say Merry Christmas to me, then I'll say it back. But you know what I mean? You gotta be careful. You gotta push those buttons.
You think people really care still?
No.
I think it's like
unless you're going to Starbucks, I don't think people care.
Yeah. Everyone cares at Starbucks.
We had a driver the other night, Thursday night, this past Thursday night. He was delivering to his house at like 9:30 at night, and this guy comes outside and yells to him, "Get the fuck off my lawn and off my property!" And he's like, "Whoa, I got a package here for you." And the guy takes the package away from him, and he kicks him in the chest. The dude kicks our driver in the chest and knocks him down. And then the driver goes to get back up, and then the guy goes to swing and punch at him. And luckily, the driver dodged it, and then the driver got up and ran back to the truck. But dude, man, people are brutal.
What the hell?
Bro, bro, if I was there, I mean, like all
You
the
would not
You
have
wouldn't have done anything.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? I would have freaked out on this guy probably, and I probably would have got fired.
Screamed real loud.
But
Ow!
no, no, but like
Your
all the drivers,
your fat ass would have cushioned the kick.
like all the drivers want to go to the house and like beat the shit out of this dude for like.
No, you should just. You know what you should do is you should go shit on his front lawn.
Yeah,
You just shit on his packages. and stuff.
Shit in his mailbox.
and light it on fire.
Are there like any cameras on the trucks or anything?
No.
Or if you're feeling real crazy, you should just go kamikaze your UPS truck right into the front of his house.
You're not supposed to say you work for UPS.
Yeah, it's okay.
Kamikaze your FedEx truck right into the front of his house.
Your DHL van.
Like in GTA when you just drive the car full speed and then you dive out and roll. You should just do that with your DHL truck.
Well, I mean, his truck doesn't have any doors on it, so
No.
do that.
As a see-through roof, though.
Some of them.
Light your truck on fire like Sweet Tooth and Twisted Metal and just crash it right into the front of this guy's house.
Poop on your hood first, so that way you don't shit on his door.
So
And then just scream, "You!" Oh, never mind.
So
Unknown shipping organization is coming to town, bitch.
I like that one.
Okay, well,
Oh my
Hold on.
god!
I have. So, anyways,
Speaking of packages,
I have a very random question. So,
okay, random question. Let's go.
oh my
I have a
god!
random question. Do you guys eat Pop-Tarts?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I just listen. Answer my question, please.
Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of
not
packages,
it's not part of my regular diet. But
Right.
yeah, I'd say yes.
Pop-Tart every
you guys
once in a while.
Wild berry is the shit.
Okay. Wild berry.
Why are you pointing at me? People can't see that.
It's a good
Blueberry.
It's a blueberry.
The cookie dough ones.
So listen,
Oh god.
listen. Have you guys seen? I believe it's like orange flavored, like an orange soda. It's like
They have orange
something.
creamsicle flavored. Yeah.
Dude, like, can you imagine eating? Have you guys tried those?
Why are we having this conversation?
This bothers me so much, like in my heart, because I'm a sucker for food.
All of our listeners,
We can
Des
tell.
is fat as fuck.
So
All 6 of you.
this bothers
Des
me
eats more than you all combined.
when there's such terrible flavors of Pop-Tarts. And
Okay, no, I have to cut you off here. We're talking about horrible flavors of Pop-Tarts, but can we talk about horrible flavors of Oreos, which is more important?
Which is almost all of them that they come
All
out
of
with
them
now.
besides the classic ones and the holiday ones.
no, that is not true. Listen, the birthday cake ones, I can eat like 5 of, and then like
And then
I
start
feel
saying,
like-
"Ugh."
Five sleeves,
no.
Yeah. No, that's only Fig Newton say he eats the sleeve of.
five Costco boxes of Oreos. That are, like,
5
big.
pallets of it.
But double stuff. You got to go double stuff, right?
I have a funny story about Oreos if you guys want to hear it.
Hold on a second.
from
Hold on
my-
a second. Hold on.
No, fuck you,
Hold your
Des,
thought.
go.
Hold your thought. Hold your thought. So
It's from my
there's this
childhood.
There's this dog on my route, and his name was Oreo, and then he started getting fat, and they started calling him double stuff.
That's hilarious. Okay, Dunk. Go ahead.
All right, so this is when I was like probably like 7 or 8 years old, and just now discovering my love for Oreos, and
Just now.
yeah, no, at 7 or 8 years old,
Okay.
and I'm taking you back to a time long ago. Long ago.
Throwback
So-
Tuesday.
So my bedroom was across the hall from the kitchen, and my living room was like attached to the kitchen, like most houses. And my parents were awake watching TV. It was like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. I was supposed to be going to sleep because it was like a school night or something, and I wasn't sleeping. But I I would walk, or what I would do is if I wanted an Oreo or to sneak like a midnight snack or whatever, I would have to like military crawl on the floor from my bedroom to the kitchen because it was dark and my parents couldn't see because they were like sitting on the couch or whatever. And there was this one night where we had one of those cookie jars that like, get your hands on my cookie jar, whatever, when you opened it.
It actually said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the sensors on it. Yeah.
Yeah. It has it's like a shark's head or something.
No.
And like, yeah. And you open the lid and like makes noise.
I
figured out how to like block the sensor so it wouldn't make noise. And so like I snuck a bunch of Oreos, and my parents caught me military crawling on the floor, and they're like, Dylan, come here. So I come over and they're like, empty your pockets, because that's where I would store the Oreos. And I empty my pockets and there was no Oreos there. And then they say, okay, show us your hands. And I had no Oreos in my hands. Then they say, okay, open your mouth. I didn't have any Oreos in my mouth. And then they're like, all right, guess you don't have any food. Give us a hug goodnight. And like I gave them like a hug and a kiss goodnight. And they feel, and I've got Oreos like a fucking Mexican bandolier inside the waistband of my gym shorts.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with you?
like 10 or 15 Oreos lined in the waistband of my pajama pants.
It's like one of those bad movies. It's like one of those bad movies when your mom goes to hug you and you do the Oreos and you turn to the camera and just wink.
But it was like a Mexican bandolier with ammo strapped around me. But it was Oreos in the waistband of my gym shorts.
No idea.
And then they found it. But they squeezed me so tight that they cracked some of the Oreos. They're like broken. They're like broken in the waistband of my.
Got like white cream all dripping down his robe.
Yeah, I mean, but I had that before I went into the kitchen though, because I was in the bedroom by myself.
How do you think they get double stuffed?
Oh God! But that's just reminded me of that story, and now I'm crying. Oh my God!
Dylan's parents.
And then and now I'm fat.
You don't say.
What?
And now there's an Oreo. Never mind. Never
Shove
mind.
somewhere else.
No, I was gonna make a. Never mind.
Maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, I'll make it off the air.
Oh, can't wait. That's for the bonus content. If anybody wants to hear what Dylan has to say, just email us at what's the email address?
Around the Boards Podcast at gmail.
My mom's dating a black guy.
She's married to him. She's married to him.
Speaking of Oreos,
She's married to him.
she's dating a black guy.
Go.
Wait, what? She's dating a black guy.
No.
She's married to a black guy. That's weird.
I don't know.
We're gonna randomly select our next team. We're moving on. We're gonna randomly select our next team.
Let's wrap this
talk
shit
about
up.
next week. Now that we just shitted on the Oilers quite a bit for a while, but
We didn't shit on him. We tried to help him.
yeah,
I told him to trade for Carlson.
Man, I want some Oreos now.
Speaking of Carlson, the random team of next week is going to be the Ottawa Senators.
hey,
Wow, look at that.
stay
We didn't even
tuned
plan
for
that shit.
one, folks. So, anyways, that you guys have anything else?
I think we should just end on the Oreo story. That was pretty awesome.
So,
Yeah, cut out the part about my mom dating a black guy.
I'll keep that in there. John,
Please don't.
Twitter, guys, hit us up on Twitter at
What are
_
you looking at?
podcast, and
Twitter.
follow us on all of your social.
Do you have this written down on like a
Yeah.
chalkboard next to your computer screen or something?
Yeah, I have a chalkboard right here.
Oh
Actually,
my God.
you want to see it? There
No.
it is.
Oh, shit.
So,
Man, your finger.
podcasting.
Is that Shrek's finger?
I do have Shrek fingers.
Don't point those green sausages at me.
Yeah, you're going to
So-
turn them on again.
So hit us up on all your social media accounts and follow us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Store. Subscribe, and guys, we still have stickers. Hit us up. We'll send you some.
I
So,
still haven't received mine.
all. You gotta go get them, bud.
I have. This is
That is-
mail. This is mail from today. This is mail from today.
Some of these stickers.
This is also mail from today.
Christopher
Jeff.
Cox, I got your stickers.
Jeff's probably hoarding them somewhere.
Probably.
That's
Jeff stole stickers.
stickers. So, anyways, guys, that's it.
Jeff,
We
do you
will
have anything
see
to
you guys
say?
next week. Have a happy and safe holiday
Season.
Most importantly, Christmas though.
Should we bring in Jeff to say goodbye? We're out of time. Sorry, Jeff.
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, guys.
See you next Tuesday.
Hey, that's my line. Bye.